The next generation of PlayStation and Xbox is so close you can practically taste it. Gamers all over are deciding or have decided which console they're gonna get or which console they're gonna get first, if they're getting both, and there's a lot of, let's say, passion surrounding the choice. PlayStation has a much larger fan base with the current generation, and Xbox are trying to grow theirs by stealing just that. The fans. I'm going to go over what each console's offering and talk about why Microsoft may just steal me away from Sony. For the start of the generation at least, I will get both eventually. I will not be going over hardware and specs, so if you're here for a knob swinging contest, then this ain't it, chief. So, what is each console offering? The PlayStation 5 is releasing on November 12th in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Mexico, and South Korea, and November 19th for the rest of the world, which includes me. The price for the standard console is $499 or 449 Great British Pounds sterling, and the digital is $399 and $359, which, if you ask me, are very, very desirable price points. And like with the current generation, PlayStation seem to be offering some amazing looking exclusives, which includes Demon's Souls, Horizon Forbidden West. There's no S in Horizon Forbidden West, dickhead. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and God of War Ragnarok. But they also have some timed exclusives like Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16, which I just made a video talking about how it could break the series tradition, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop. Now those last two are going to be very interesting because of obviously Microsoft has just bought Bethesda, but they have assured that they're maintaining commitments to releasing on the PS5, which is good to hear, but going forward will be very interesting to see what happens. Now, backwards compatibility is also a feature in the PlayStation 5. Originally, when I was researching for this video, it was saying that almost all the top 100 PS4 titles will be available for the PlayStation 5. They didn't detail which PlayStation 4 titles that would be, but since then, we're now told that 99% of all PlayStation 4 titles will be available to play on the PlayStation 5, which is absolutely fantastic news, because I have so many PS4 games that I still need to play, but I really want to get the next gen consoles. I'm not going to finish my PS4 library before the PlayStation 5 comes out. It's just not going to happen. We've also been told that PT will not be playable on the PlayStation 5, so PlayStation 4s are still going to have exceedingly high price points if they have that installed. Or people just have to keep their PlayStation 4s that have it still installed. And I'm very jealous of those that do. And what I also like to see is PlayStation have come out with this PS Plus collection. This includes God of War, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat 10, Infamous Second Son, The Last Guardian, Persona 5, Uncharted 4, Ratchet & Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Battlefield 1, Batman Arkham Knight, The Last of Us Remastered, Resident Evil 7, and I have way more breath left over than I thought I would at this point, so I'm just going to keep going until it all runs out. Damn, who thought my lungs would be this good after having asthma as a child? Is anybody recording this? This is like a record. Oh wait, yeah, I am. Ha. Now on the Xbox Series X and S. The price for the Series X, much like the PS5, is $499 or 449 Great British Pounds sterling. Or you can pay $28.99 a month in pounds, and that will give you the Xbox Series X console and 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate, which means you can play on PC as well and all that jazz. And the Xbox Series S comes in at $299 or £249. You can also pay $21.99 a month in pounds and get the Xbox Series S console and Game Pass Ultimate for 2 years. And I did some quick maths, and the numbers tell me that you get roughly almost 8 months of Game Pass for free doing the monthly option than if you was to buy the consoles standalone on their own and then pay for 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate, which is an amazing deal. 7.5 months free is nothing to shy away from. Games for the Xbox. We have some exclusives. Who am I kidding? We've seen trailers for Avowed, Everwild, Fable, Forza 8, Halo Infinite, and Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. No gameplay. But they also have some timed exclusives, which is good. We got The Medium, which I do have a video that I'm working on right now, so actually next week's video will be on The Medium. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss that one. The Gunk and Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. There's some very interesting looking games in there. And one of the nice things about Xbox is you have backwards compatibility across all generations of Xbox. So you can play games from the very OG Xbox on your Xbox Series X and S. Although putting the disc in doesn't read it from the disc. The disc is pretty much just it downloads it online. It downloads the game to your device. Putting the disc in downloads the game, so it doesn't actually read it from the disc. And of course we have what a lot of people have touted it as the best deal in gaming, which after trying the service, I'm inclined to agree. And that's Game Pass, of course. For the Ultimate is a monthly payment of £15, and that allows you to play hundreds of games in their library on both Xbox and PC. All Xbox first-party launch titles will be available day one on Game Pass. But goddamn, Microsoft, give me Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. They're like two of the best games on the Xbox 360. So that's pretty much what each console has to offer, generally speaking. Why is Microsoft winning me over, to start with at least? Because I will get both eventually, but I'm leaning towards Xbox first. For starters, the $28.99 a month is a lot more desirable than £449 straight up, because I'm a filthy casual peasant. The monthly option also includes access to hundreds of games right off the bat. Personally, I don't care that the majority of them are older titles, because if you pay $449 straight up, essentially you're just getting a fancy box with no games. Gaming is an expensive hobby. Although it's now bigger than it's ever been, it's still an expensive hobby. So Game Pass means I can play AAA games for £15 a month as opposed to paying £60 or £70 for each game. Well, we know for PlayStation it's definitely going up to $70 for next gen, and I'm pretty sure these money grabbing companies will also push for $70 on both platforms. It's mainly third party, I believe, that are going to go for these higher prices. Of course, with Game Pass there is drawbacks. Game ownership is one of them, and me personally, I would much rather own my games, and I always buy physical wherever I can. So I really do want that disc drive on the Series X. And I also look at Game Pass a lot like Netflix. There are some movies where it's great, cool, it's on Netflix, we'll watch that on Netflix. But then there's also movies where it's like, I love that film so much, I'm gonna go out and just buy it so I've got it and own it. Examples for me, I own the movie Pan's Labyrinth and Drive. They're two of the best films that I've ever seen, so I decided I will buy those and keep those and have those forever, much like the series of Scrubs. So I'm looking at Game Pass in the same way, whereas I can play these games whenever I want. First party titles doesn't matter, they're always going to be on Game Pass, but the third party titles, which obviously may come off, I will probably buy those later on down the line if I really enjoy playing them. And by that time, they'll be a lot cheaper anyway. But on the flip side of that, physical, a lot of the time, it's kind of just a license nowadays. Day one patches means that what you get on the disc is largely unfinished. And some games require you to always be online for their anti-piracy measures, for good or bad. And servers can be shut down at any time, stopping you from downloading updates. The likelihood of that is slim. Who knows, 20 years from now a lot of the games may have shut down, but the most popular ones will still be available. But that's another topic for, say, game preservation and things like that. But also another thing why I'm leaning towards Xbox is Sony's had quite a big problem with their communication to us gamers. I believe this comes down to hubris. They've done an incredible job this generation. They really have. I'm not going to take away from that. They have. They've been absolutely fantastic. It's been my personal favourite this generation. I love my PlayStation 4. But I also believe that Sony now have inflated egos and think that the success of the PS4 will automatically mean the PlayStation 5 is successful, and that's just not gonna work like that. It's just not. They need to communicate things, they need to market. And I'm talking large scale here. I'm not talking fanboys and people that are like just die hard, like PlayStation till I die, you know, like PS Life tattooed on their chest or some shit. I'm not talking about those people. Those people are obviously gonna get PlayStation 5. More power to them. They love it. I'm not going to take away from that. But I don't think Sony should be expecting that the PlayStation 5 is just going to sell 120 million units unless they put in some real marketing in there. Although the teardown they did show was pretty cool, and I'm glad to have the T1000 protecting my CPU. Whereas on the other side, Microsoft seemed to have been really open with all the tech that's inside there. They've been sending out a lot of units to influencers and bigger channels that would do their own tests. For example, like Digital Foundry, those sorts of channels. And these give you a really good look at the comparison between the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X, which is what we really need to see. We want to see the difference in the generations. We've not seen any difference between the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It just hasn't been shown to us. We're just expected to dive in on blind faith. Literally while I was editing this, it came out that all these people have received their PS5 units for review. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what information comes out about that over the next few days. I mean, obviously it's gonna be better, but I want to see the results. I want to see the demonstration before I buy it. It's like Activision being dumb with Crash Bandicoot and sometimes Call of Duty, where you need to pre-order the game to get the demo. Fuck off. The demo should make me want to pre-order the game. Fuck out of here. Anyway, apart from last gen, so the 360 and PS3 era, I was a Sony pony. PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 have given me some treasured memories, and Xbox 360 stole my heart last gen, and PS4 just stole it right back this gen. And the PlayStation 4 has some of the best games that I've ever played. I'm looking forward to playing both next gen consoles, and I know the PlayStation 5 will blow me away, but Microsoft is making it so much easier to get your foot in the door with the pay monthly option along with Game Pass. In an ideal world, are we getting both consoles on release? But come on, this isn't an ideal world. I did have a pre-order for the PS5, but I had to cancel it to send my son to nursery. So in this case, I just need to be patient. And I cannot deny that the PlayStation 5 exclusives look incredible. Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, and Ratchet & Clank look absolutely gorgeous. And I'll definitely be getting a PlayStation 5 before Final Fantasy 16 releases, because it's the best game series ever made. And I will die on this hill. But until then, Xbox is stealing me back. Which console will you be choosing for next gen, or have already chosen? And which games are you most looking forward to? Let's discuss it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button and consider subscribing for discussions about video games past, present and future. Click the card at the end to see how Final Fantasy 16 could break series tradition, and I'll see you over there. Bye bye.